Commissioners, it's 3 o'clock Northern Macomb Standard Time. Call the meeting to order. First item is Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Need a motion to adopt the agenda?
Romano adopts the agenda.
Support, Carabelli.
Motion's been made and supported. Please vote. Second, the fourth item is approval of the minutes from September 16, 2020. I need a motion to approve the minutes.
So move, Haw.
Motion by Commissioner Haw, supported by
Support from Kraft.
Commissioner Kraft. All those, any questions or comments? Seeing none, please vote. Thank you. Item 5 is public participation. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to be heard on any item on the agenda? Anyone from the public that wishes to be heard on any item on the agenda? If you're on the line, you can press *6 and state your name and address for the record. Anyone under public participation? Going once?
Jennifer
Going twice?
Miller.
Oh, please. Hello, Mrs. Miller. Please state your address,
I'm
name and address.
Sure. My name is Jennifer Miller. I'm unsure if I'm on the agenda or for public comment. I'm your DIA Macomb Arts Authority member. My name is Jennifer Miller. My address is 162 Riverside Drive, Mount Clemens, Michigan, 48043.
Chair, the Arts
Thank you.
Authority.
We'll have you available. You'll be available to speak when we have the DIA presentation. So
Wonderful.
I'm glad to know that you're there, and you can chime in as appropriate. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Is there anyone else Thank you. Is there anyone else from the public that wishes to be heard? Anyone else from the public? One more time. Anyone else from the public? Seeing none, we'll close public participation. Item 6 is appointment interviews. We've got the Human Services Board. This is appointment by the chairman. Chairman Smith, do you have any comments on this?
Hi, Don. Can you hear me?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, good. Yeah, listen, I'm recommending Ralph to be appointed again for another 3 years. He's really helped us out a lot in the last 3 years. You know, he has a wealth of experience in nursing home administration and pastoral services, and he's also overseen a bunch of large building projects, which have all helped the Martha T. Berry through their construction progress or process, and through also the COVID issue that we've all run through. So he's done a wonderful job. I know Kevin Evans supports this, and I would just like to ask for the concurrence of the board in reappointing him to the Human Services Board. And I believe he's on the line too, Don, if he'd like to speak.
Okay. Reverend Brown, would you like to say a few words? You don't have to, but it's certainly your option if you'd like. Press *6 if you're on the line. And okay.
Chair Brown, Romano will make
yes,
with the board chair's approval and the rest of the Board of Commissioners confirmation, appoint Reverend Ralph Brown Jr. for a term ending 3 years, November 1st, 2020, and ending October 31st, 2023.
Support, Carabelli.
Or Leonetti. Oh.
Thank you very much. Motion has been moved and supported. Is there any other comments? Hearing none, please vote. Very good. Thank you, Reverend Brown. And this will also be sent to the full board for final concurrence. Item number 7 is presentations. We have the Macomb County Institute of Arts Authority update. Who is here from the authority to give a report today, besides Mrs. Miller?
I believe it's just me.
Well, that's great. Well, super.
And you know,
The
you
floor
all
is
know my
yours.
address now. Well, thank you
Yes,
all.
we
You all
do.
know my address now. Sorry about that.
Right, we'll send you Christmas cards.
I'll appreciate them. So my name is Jennifer Miller. I am your representative on the DIA Arts Authority, and I wanted to give you an update that I think is very important for you to know as your representative. So due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the state's emergency order, the DIA closed down for several months. It is open now only through appointment. As you know, the Macomb County Arts Authority has an agreement with the DIA that earmarks not only visits from seniors and students, but benchmarks that next to total dollar amounts to be spent on such outreach. The taxes that we collect as part of the Arts Authority for the DIA were to be turned over by September 30th to the DIA. I am proud to say that our Arts Authority decided that we needed to get an agreement because the DIA was unable to meet their agreement, not due to anything in their control, but nonetheless, we had an agreement that designated dollars and visits. So I'm very happy to report that I was able to draft a letter of agreement stating that the funds and the visits that did not happen this year will roll over until 2021 and, if necessary, 2022. So the Macomb County taxpayers who have passed this millage can be assured that the monies are going to Macomb County residents, that they aren't being used for any other purposes except the arts agreement. And we signed a letter of agreement to that effect, and it's been executed before we would release the millage money. So you as a Board of Commissioners can know that we are taking very seriously our responsibility. We are the only arts authority who required this to occur. Everyone else kind of looked the other way and said graciously that due to the pandemic, it was no one's fault and that we would move forward. I felt very strongly that unfortunately we had an agreement that outlined the details of service and that needed to be met, or a letter of agreement needed to be drafted to explain what we were going to do to meet that. So I appreciate your time. I'm happy to answer questions, but I just wanted you and the taxpayers in Macomb County to know that the Macomb County Arts Authority takes our positions very seriously. We are very concerned that every taxpayer dollar is spent in the perfect way, which is the Arts Authority agreement, and that needs to be followed. So I will be giving you more updates as we move forward, but I just wanted to, before year end, give you that update so that you could rest assured that we are not looking the other way. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You're a very conscientious representative for us, and we're glad you're there. We have a couple commissioners who wish to speak. First is Commissioner Romano. Commissioner Romano, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Chair. Hi, Ms. Miller.
Hello, sir.
My question is, you're talking about the money saved. How much money are we talking about? You said there was money saved. Do you have a dollar amount?
Yes, so we approximately, and we're waiting for an audit to put the audited number in, we did not receive about $100,000 in services this year that were designated pursuant to the agreement. So those dollars now will roll over until 2021 or 2022. And the Arts Authority agreement has that designated.
Excellent. That's a substantial amount. My other question is, I don't know if you can answer it. So they've been closed now for, you said, several months. What are they doing over there since they're closed?
Well, they're open. They opened in June when the state allowed them to, but it's by appointment only. And part of the problem that we have is that our agreement, as originally executed, really focused on seniors and students. Well, seniors are our most vulnerable population, and they are not interested in taking buses and going down to the DIA right now. And student field trips, a lot of schools are still virtual. Those who are in person still have concerns about busing. And so it's kind of come to a halt. We still have Macomb County, anyone in Macomb County is able to visit the DIA, schedule an appointment, and go down for free. But the senior programming and the student programming has really come to a halt, in my opinion.
Thank you so much for the information. That's all I have, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Romano. Commissioner Gillette.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Ms. Miller, for your conscientiousness on this issue and your taking the extra step to ensure that Macomb tax dollars benefit Macomb residents. So I greatly appreciate that. My question, however, is a little bit off topic, and that is there had been some discussion and concerns in the past about Macomb citizen representation on the DIA board. Has there been any progress made in getting more Macomb representation on that board?
Wonderful question, and yes, there has. So two things that are coming together. One is that our Arts Authority requires that every community get an art project. The other issue is additional representatives. We have 2 additional representatives. No other county has additional representatives that have made it through the selection committee process through the full Board of Governance, who are waiting on final board approval. And so if you have any names, they are looking for more names of people interested, but we've already fast-tracked 2 since March. And we will continue to bring forward names and try to get that representation increased. And Jean Guerrero, who is the chairman of the board, has been working with us and knows that that is a priority of our Arts Authority.
Great, I appreciate that. Is there a timeline on when these appointments may take place?
They get voted on pursuant to the full board twice a year. And so our 2 that went through the summer selection process will be voted on this fall. And so I believe their meeting is the beginning of November, if I'm not mistaken. And so that would be that process. And then we recruit more names for the fall that then in the spring are gone through the selection committee and then appointed to the full board.
Thank you so much for your work. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Gillette. On that subject, is there an application that people would fill out? How do they apply?
So there is an application that they can go on within the Detroit Institute of Arts because it's their board. But we, in order to make it easier for Macomb County residents, if anyone reaches out to you or our Arts Authority, we're having someone from the DIA reach out and call them, explain to them the process and the commitment, and making sure they understand the process to make it even easier. So certainly anyone interested could go on the DIA website and pull an application, but even further, if any resident, as your representative on the board, I would be happy to have someone contact them so that they get information, because it can be a daunting application and a daunting process, and we want to make it as easy for Macomb County residents who are interested as possible.
Okay. Well, if you could send a copy of the application to our board staff so we can have one available to us so we can look at it and fill it out or send it to them, and then appreciate the phone call to you to help expedite that. That would be helpful.
Wonderful.
Very good. Thank you. Any other speakers? I don't see anybody else on the list. Need a motion to receive and file the report.
Moved by Leonetti.
Thank you, Commissioner. And anyone who supports?
Support by Romano.
Thank you, Commissioner Romano. All those in favor, please vote. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Miller. Thank you for your time and your stewardship. We appreciate you. Take care.
Thank you.
Next item is a budget review of the Macomb County Commissioner's Office. I believe that would be Patty.
You are correct.
Okay. So, Patty, the floor is yours.
Are staff having trouble getting on?
She was on our office phone forwards to her, so I'm guessing she's probably on a call or something. Do you want to do the next item and then come back to her?
There's not much on the, yeah, okay, we'll go to the next item.
Okay.
Item 8 is proclamations. A proclamation committee of Chief Christopher Martin upon his retirement from Sterling Heights Fire Department. Need a motion on this?
Motion
by
to
Romano.
support. Hoff.
Very good. Chief Martin is a good man and served the community well.
If I can, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Romano, go ahead.
Chris served 31 years with the city of Sterling Heights. Recently, probably about the last 6 or 7 or 8 years as a chief. He is a Sterling Heights resident all of his life, attended all of the Sterling Heights schools. His family, mom and dad, also live in Sterling Heights. So he bleeds Sterling Heights. I'm very, very, very sorry to see him go. He was a great fire chief, and he's going to have some very hard and long and wide shoes to fill. So I'm pleased that we have this proclamation, and I'm proud and honored to be able to give it to him. Thank you, Chair.
Is there going to be a retirement party, any going away party for him?
They had a
Yes,
mustering
sure.
out party already, and he also was in front of the council here about 2 weeks ago, where they honored him at that point. So I'm not sure what we're going to do with, as far as this proclamation is concerned. It might be given to him at a council meeting, and I'm sure Mr. Myjack, Commissioner Myjack, would like to be present with me. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, great. Thank you. All those in favor of the resolution, please vote in the affirmative. Very good. Motion passes. Is Patty available for us now?
Yes, I'm sorry about that, Commissioners.
Hey, no, you owe us no apologies. You're always waiting on us. So let's go back to item 7B, the Board of Commissioners budget review. Go ahead, Patty.
So I put together a little bit of a slideshow just to kind of illustrate what's been going on and what we expect. So a review of our mission statement should be on your screen in front of you right now. And you can see that we are committed to providing a forum for public engagement, opportunities for participation, creating sound policy responsive to diverse community needs, and providing objective oversight of the expenditure of public resources. So that's what we're all about, and everything that we do is to hopefully make that happen. So we just went over the mission statement, and everything we do is to hopefully fulfill our mission. The next item just shows the county guide, which Adriana puts together every year. It's a wealth of information. We get a lot of requests for it, and it's been a very useful tool in helping to serve the public. We, as a staff, are committed to helping county programs as well as residents. We have a weekly Meals on Wheels route that we do. And of course, we always can, would appreciate commissioners to go along with us, but we do fulfill that every week on Tuesdays. So the world changed March 13th, 2020, as you know, with the onset of the pandemic and stay-at-home orders. And that required us to, as a staff, to be able to think on our feet and quickly change gears. So we began working in the virtual world. And you can see that we have Mike and Laura and Crystal in their virtual office. And Courtney, Adriana, and I in our virtual office. So we were able to transition to virtual meetings for the board office because we had GoToMeeting, which we're using right now, and because of our particular programs being cloud-based. So that was a great benefit, and we're really fortunate to be able to vote as a roll call vote each time, thanks to our civic clerk system, and to have access to all of our things that we need. So our office has not missed a beat. We have built communication channels, social media in particular. We have the BOC briefs, which have a distribution list of over 9,000. And we're on Instagram. There we go. We're on Instagram and all the social media channels, thanks to Courtney. She really manages those well. Okay. We were able to transition our volunteer recognition program to a virtual format. We had 47 volunteers this year that we were able to honor. And next. We were able to do 114 schools, award them with green school status, and we had them participate in our Core in Green, which was Laura's idea. It was a really good idea. And we're continuing and modifying all our programs, including Yoga at the Hill. There were about 300 pre-registrants for that program. And as you know, we were able to deliver everybody's t-shirts And we recorded the actual practice and are replaying that through a partnership with Clinton Township. And we maintained our partnership with Bodhi Seed Yoga to be able to do this.
On a meeting.
We have our casual day program, which is continuing. Unfortunately, because we are working more remotely this year, our donations are down, but we have, during all of our staff catch-up calls, we've told you about some ideas that we have to build the program as of next year. And so we hope to move forward with those. Coming up is the Pat Daniels Veteran of the Year Award. So we're looking for nominations, as we have mentioned before. They're all due on November 6th. And we have a special unveiling as well coming up. So we implemented this Veteran of the Year Award for the first time last year and renamed it the Pat Daniels Veteran of the Year Award, since he pretty much got all of the nominations last year. We are lucky to have our Older Adult Advisory Committee. They're very active, and we have taken some of their recommendations under advisement at the board level, and this continues to be a vital and very helpful committee because they provide insight and contacts into the world of people who are 60 years old and older. So we have here our set of 2021 goals. I won't read them to you. You may know them, but you can review them later. Basically, everything we do falls into meeting these goals. This is the budget page. We will be getting the budget books soon once the print shop has them printed up. You'll notice that we have a little bit of a reduction in our salaries or personnel line for 2021, and then it goes back up in 2022 and 2023. We were tasked with meeting a 5% reduction for the 2021 budget year, which we met. And we are also tasked with reducing our operating expenses by 5% for next year as well. So this is a slide that just details how we shifted around some of our allocations to meet our goal. And we did that. And we will have to submit our budget next year to raise the 2022 and 2023 amounts to go back to what we were at previously. Just so you know, the amount to reduce for personnel for our particular department was $28,963. We exceeded the goal by about $6,000, and we were supposed to reduce the operating expenses by $13,000, and we exceeded that goal by $200. So the total budget amount reduced this for the 2021 year by the Board of Commissioners Department is $48,300 approximately. We were able to do that while still keeping our 2% increases for personnel and maintaining enough money in each line item to meet all of our goals. These are our long-term goals, and going forward as we develop programming or activities or things that the board will be involved in the years to come, we will keep these in mind and make sure that we're meeting those. And this was just, I thought, a good way to wrap this up. I shared this with Commissioner Kraft previously. I kind of think it sums up 2020 pretty well. And actually today, me trying to present today.
Thank you, Patty. Commissioner Gillette.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Patty, for the presentation. I appreciate that, along with everything you do to help. Thank you. I'm just curious about how we did with our 2020 budget. What was appropriated, if you know off the top of your head, I don't know, and where did we come in, or where do we anticipate coming in with regard to our 2020 budget?
We are coming in, I don't have it in front of, oh yes I do. I only have the numbers for our particular department to date, but
Okay.
I can tell you we're very well under budget in all line items. We were our department was reduced last year by the amount of 21,600, and we will satisfy that reduction with no problem. So yeah, we're under budget and on target for meeting the amount that we were tasked for this operating year to reduce.
Okay, but you only have in front of you what we're likely to be under budget by 5%, 20%, 2%. Hard to say.
Our amount for when the board adopted the budget last year, the amount for us to reduce our budget by for the 2020 year was 21,600. So,
and are we going to exceed? Are we going to come in even further below than that?
Below, yes. We will exceed the amount that we need to come in below, if that makes sense. We will.
Right, but we're not sure by how much right now.
No, not right now. I don't have I only have up to date all of our actual expenses.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. And again, thank you for the presentation.
Mm-hmm.
If you could get that for us, Patty, what the actual budget numbers will be this year, how much under will be on how much our budget will be. You probably won't have it for that first quarter, really, when we get all of our receipts in from the calendar year, but it'd be good to know.
We'll probably have that in February.
Okay, good. All right, thank you. Commissioner Haw.
Thank you, Chairman. Patty, as I said during our update, I can't thank you and the entire staff enough for doing what you've done during these very trying times, especially during all these Zoom meetings, trying to get us all herded into the box and get it accomplished. So I just want to say thank you, guys. That's all I have, Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Haw. Commissioner Romano.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to mirror that, what Commissioner Haw said. Patty, please, and I'm sure the commissioners understand, as the administrator of they're going to say probably, 4 or 5 people, that's not true, because you've got 13 of us that you cater to, and you do cater to us, me in particular, maybe because I don't understand all this goofy stuff. But I want you to know that personally, I truly appreciate it. And I honestly think I speak for the rest of the board when I say they also appreciate it. It's been trying times. The board has risen to the occasion. The personnel has risen to the occasion. And I personally want to thank you so much. That's all I have, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Romano. Commissioner Kraft.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm just going to echo everybody else because the staff has been great during this whole COVID period. I've talked to all of them numerous times, and considering we were one of the only departments to take a cut, we've been able to do so much with everything this entire year. And Patty and the entire staff, you guys have done a great job, and keep up the good work, and we will see how things go next year.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Kraft. Chairman Smith.
Thank you, Chair. Listen, I just want to echo what everybody else says, and I will say that the saying goes, if you want to look good, you have to have the right staff, right? And we have the right staff for every facet of our organization. I know most of you, if not all of you, realize that, but we don't always, we deal with Patty mostly, we deal with Courtney a little bit, Adrian, Mike way too much for most of us. Oh, sorry, Mike. But, between all of you, for all the jobs that you do, we couldn't ask for any better people in these positions. So again, thank you for everything that you do for us to make us look good.
Yes, all our staff is the grease that gets us to where we need to be. And without you, we couldn't do our jobs in so many areas. And goes without saying, we all appreciate you very much. Any other questions regarding the budget? I need a motion to receive and file the report. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you.
Motion, Haw.
Support, Leonetti.
Very good. Motion by Haw, supported by Commissioner Leonetti. Please vote to receive and file this report. Thank you very much. New business. Any new business to come before the board? Any commissioners have any new business?
You know what? I do have a little bit of new business. I
Go
don't,
ahead,
did I
Commissioner.
get anything in the meet? I don't know if I got anything, but I was talking to staff earlier today, and there was some discussion about having a proclamation. We're trying to do this a little different. You know how we get these proclamations sometimes on the last minute? What we're looking at is probably putting a proclamation into to coincide with the Open Meetings Act to continue if we have to with these remote meetings. It was brought to my attention that SEMCOG is working on something with respect to that, and that we would urge Lansing to go forward with this model that we've been doing under these conditions. So just want to give a heads up on that. I think we were originally going to put it on my agenda tomorrow as just a receive and file, no voting on it or anything like that, but just something for everybody to look at. So just a heads up. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Anyone else on a new business?
Yes,
All right.
Chair.
Yes, go ahead, Commissioner.
It's Commissioner Kleinfeld. I just wanted to ask, is Commissioner Leonetti talking about a resolution or a proclamation?
I think he meant resolution, but he said proclamation, I think.
Yeah, it's
Commissioner,
more
what
of a
did you say?
resolution. I'm sorry if I said a proclamation. I misspoke. A resolution is what we're looking at.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Very good. Thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none, we'll close new business. Item 10 is public participation. Anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on any issue, you have 5 minutes to speak. Press *6 to address the board. Anyone under public participation wish to be heard? Anyone under public participation? Hearing no one, will close public participation. Need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Drollet.
Support Romano.
Very good. Thank you. Everyone, please vote. Please vote.
We can't.
Yes.
I know.
Yes, we vote yes.
Yeah.
There you go. Motion failed.
Drollet votes yes.
Very good. We're all done. Thank you, Commissioners. Have a good afternoon. Talk
Thanks,
to you
Chairman.
tomorrow.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
Bye, guys.
Care.
Thanks,
Good
guys.
job.
Bye-bye.